Today is going to be all about what we can do to improve our vulnerability, how the wholehearted people, as Brené Brown calls them, live. The small habits, practices that makes the difference, apparently, according to her research, when she studies what there is that they are doing, how they are thinking to live this way, to be the happy folks. Freaking cold outside these days. The snow, this weather is super cozy. I freaking hate it. So the problem with not being too comfortable with uncertainty, risk and emotional exposure, which is how Brené defines vulnerability. The problem is that we tend to numb our emotions. We numb it all because we can't selectively choose to just numb the bad emotions. We have to numb it all, the good feelings as well. The thing is, when we feel shame, our brain, our system, we don't want to feel this way. So instead, it wants us to go after the things that make us feel better. Drug, alcohols, comforting foods, the things that maybe makes us feel good for a second or two, but in the long run just makes us feel even worse. And that's where the system fails. We feel shame and then we'll go after things that will make us feel even. One big distinction that Brené does is that she talks about shame in contrast to guilt. We shouldn't feel shame about things, but when we do wrong, because people do wrong, I do wrong, it's not because we are bad persons, it's because we acted in a bad way. That's the difference between guilt and shame. Shame is I am bad, guilt is I did bad. And with that mindset, that means we have the ability to change. We made a bad choice, we took a wrong turn. That is why we should think in terms of guilt, never think in terms of shame, because that will only exacerbate us to do those things again. Because when we feel shame, we feel stressed, we feel bad, and then the system starts working again. The dopamine that scratches our motivation system and our stress system to want us to go after those comforting things, and then the endless negative loop starts all over again. So Brené Brown, the vulnerability researcher, when she interviewed tons and tons of people and was able to filter out the ones that really lived a fulfilled life, that felt joy every day and just were wholehearted people, as she called them in her research. What she found out was that these people mainly did four things. Firstly, they showed up and let themselves be seen. They exposed their true self and they didn't feel bad about it. Not so easy, is it? But it requires practice. Secondly, these people embraced love. They dared to love and they dared to say, I love you first. And that really requires guts. Thirdly, they practiced joy and gratitude every day. They have these small habits of just being grateful. And this is quite hard if you ask me. I've tried tons of different things and I constantly need to remind myself, but I have a daily practice of being grateful. But sometimes I lose touch and I just write down things and I don't really feel it. And that's why you should really try to play around with different ways to feel gratitude. This walk home today, I just listened to music and I just saw everything around me. This beautiful weather, people smiling, thinking what are they laughing about, just fantasizing and being so freaking grateful that I can actually do a 3-kilometer walk home every day. My legs are carrying me and I have eyes to see and observe all these beautiful colors with. And I have ears to listen to the beautiful music. That's just a lot of BS. But when you start to practice this gratitude habits for real, when you actually try to feel these feelings within you and truly be grateful, but because it's easy to say stuff, but to really take it in, It's really, really special, and it really, really works. And that is how these wholehearted people do it. I think it's just a practice you need to have in your life. Practice being grateful every day. Feel joy every day. And lastly, the fourth habit is that they always believe they are worthy of their life. They have unconditional love to themselves. Doesn't matter if they really fuck bad, they still love themselves. Way too much talking. It just had to be said. I'm just paraphrasing Brené Brown on this, basically. She has said it, and she says it good, but sometimes maybe we need to hear it again. It's good for myself to just repeat these things because they are so important. Take a moment to think about these things and start to practice gratitude, and it makes you feel good. That's the best part of it. Now I'm gonna go home, warm up my feet, my fingers, have a lovely dinner. Thank you for watching. This is Alexander signing out.